Welcome back, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and this is to discuss AVCT and the 13G filing that came out today, as well as the print that I have been waiting for on the daily candle. We have a DOJI. A DOJI is usually an indicator of a reversal, so this is a very bullish candle. Guys, let's get started. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. Well, guys, we definitely tried to make moves up a couple of times today. Unfortunately, we were taken right back down. However, this action caused the print of this DOJI candle that we got today, which is very bullish. Generally, when you see a DOJI, it is an indicator that the stock is going to reverse direction. And clearly, we have been in a downtrend, and we've been trying to get that reversal for quite a few days now, pretty much trading sideways, but today we finally got that perfect DOJI candle print, and I do believe that tomorrow we see a move to the upside. Again, guys, you know, as much as I want to be able to predict the future, I can only tell you what the chart is showing me. There's a whole bunch of things going on in the market that I have no control over. So if it doesn't work out, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not trying to disappoint you, but this is bullish. However, you have to keep in mind that the market has been making some very, very volatile moves and some very concerning moves. You know, I know that you guys had a space today, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I found it more important for me to listen to earning calls and to see what they're saying, these massive corporations, about what's going on in the economy, guys. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's very scary when you hear that, you know, Facebook or Meta loses 25% of its entire market cap in a single trading day. That is very, very scary. And then for Amazon to then lose 20% in a single trading day, which, guys, it is starting to recover. It does look like some shorts are trying to find, you know, an idea of, is this time to close our positions? So perhaps these very large moves down today can actually trigger some bullish moves going into the close of the week. We shall see. I'm not really confident of that. To me, they scream even more red flags that, you know, now we're seeing this in earnings. Clearly, they weren't priced in, or we wouldn't have seen these massive drops the way that we did. But now the question becomes, will shorts take advantage of this dip and buy it up? And also, will people who've been waiting to buy these types of dips start buying in and adding some buying pressure to the market? Or will this create more red flags and warnings that say, I'm not touching anything? Guys, I'm only bringing this up in this conversation because it's something you need to think about, because it not only affects these stocks, it affects the entire market. So as much as I'd like to say we're, you know, definitely going to go up tomorrow, there's no guarantees in life. So I do see a DOJI. I am bullish on it. And again, there's another positive that I want you to keep in mind with these heavily shorted stocks. And despite the fact that our ticker is showing that we only have a 6% short interest, guys, I find it very hard to believe, and we're going to talk about the filing and what I think is going on here. So I do believe, though, that these massive sell-offs could potentially create margin calls in hedge funds that were heavily into FANG stocks. I mean, think about it. Two of the biggest stocks in the entire market lost 20 to 25% of their market cap in a single trading day. What that does to a portfolio that has large stakes in those companies is very significant, and it's ugly. Very, very ugly. So guys, it could trigger them to get margin calls, which in effect could cause them to have to cash out on their short positions. And hopefully we get some gains from that, not just in this stock, but in the market in general. It could use some relief for these, small, micro, mid caps that have been just beaten down hard for the past year, and some of these smaller caps for the past couple of years. And tech stocks, my gosh, the smaller tech stocks have been beaten up bad for the last 5 years. Same with biotech. It's just crazy. Anyways, enough about that. Let's go back to this filing now. So today, as you know, we got a 13G filing, which indicated that we had a purchase. Let me bring it up. Well, first of all, before I go to that, let me show you this since it's up. We have 49. This is the institutional holdings. I want to review it with you again. There's 49 total. 44 of those are long, and 5 of them are long and short. Okay, so the majority, guys, are long. Now, the 5 that are long/short, they are most likely lending out their shares for others to short, which is why they are having a long short position, since there is no longer an option chain, and more than likely they closed out their puts prior to the reverse split, because there was probably not a lot of benefit when they get the change to the share count to holding them, especially since the price was so low when it changed, but who knows, just a guess. Now, I want to show you something, because here we have all of the 13G filings, and this is, hang on one second. Sorry, I thought I had a screenshot that I took showing that CVI Investments did take a 7.7 stake, but instead I grabbed this for you guys, and this is a list of the companies that CVI has a stake in. Now, for those of you that do not know, CVI Investments is not really the best company that we want investing in our company, because they are essentially, I believe, a part of Susquehanna, like a spin-off type thing. I don't know what you would call it, but essentially they're connected, another company within Susquehanna. So our market maker, Susquehanna, now has CVI, which has purchased a 7.7 stake in AVCT. So guys, we were all curious, how did our short interest go from being, 250 to 50, now down to 6%? Well, I think we found our answer. I think it's some kind of swap they did with the shares. And this likely came from that purchase agreement that we got. They likely swapped out their short for those shares, as I suspected all along. And this makes me even more confident that that was the case. So guys, bitter and ugly. Susquehanna is unfortunately a dirty investment firm. I do not like them one bit. Personal opinion, nobody wants to get sued. But guys, you have to take a look at other stocks that they invest in. And most importantly, you have to take a look at, stocks that you're familiar with that have things like what's going on in this company happening to them, with the barcoding, with the shorting, with everything else. And the first one that comes to mind is BBIG. And they also have a relationship with Hudson Bay. And if you saw my tweet earlier, I said birds of a feather flock together. I do not think it's a coincidence that you can see Hudson Bay and Susquehanna involved in many transactions together. I know for a fact it's the case with BBIG, and I can pretty much promise you, if you were to look at some other heavily shorted stocks that Susquehanna is the market maker of, I bet if you were to start digging in their contracts, you may see, them getting funding through, the company getting funding through Hudson Bay, like AVCT did. Now we've eliminated Hudson Bay from the picture, guys, thankfully. But we still have Susquehanna as our market maker, and that is not something that is going to change. Now, I want you to take a look at some of these other companies that Susquehanna, that CVI has, but essentially, like I said, I believe CVI is essentially Susquehanna or a an affiliate company of Susquehanna. I don't know what the exact term is, but check it out. ATXI. We all know what happened with ATXI if you follow this channel. MindMed. Look at what happened with MindMed. ADTX. Another great example. BNTC. I don't really know that one. QBox. These are recent purchases, which is why I'm going from there. But QNRX. There's a great example. That stock has been beat down too, just like us. USEA. ACB. Look at Aurora Cannabis. My God, that's an ugly looking chart for sure. APDN, another, guys, I mean, this is just sick. And I'm not going to go back further than that because then we're going into February, but it's just ugly. And a lot of these stocks that they've purchased have been beat down very, very hard. Now, are they purchasing them because they're done beating them down and now they're ready to go long under the CVI? That I'm not sure. I'm very curious to find out and see what happens in them. Based on some of them, there's not really much point in them shorting them much longer. There's a much bigger long side. So I'm going to try to err on the side of cautiously optimistic here and hope that that's the case. However, guys, I don't know what to say other than the fact that our market maker is very ugly, in my opinion, as far as what they do. So I would have liked to have seen another company investing 7.7%, but it is what it is. And could AVI be going long? It's possible. So either that, or they're lending them out to someone, or they're using it to swap between Susquehanna's corruption with shorting. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I really don't like it. And like I said, I wish it was a different company because this just doesn't make me have good vibes. It really just doesn't, because I'm telling you, just ask anybody in BBIG if you want a real answer that's, from somebody that's not involved in both plays. I mean, don't ask Mr. Rick or somebody that's in this play. Go find somebody random that's a big BBIG that you haven't seen in any of these space calls so that you can get an honest opinion. I encourage you to do that. I think you'll be pretty mind shocked about what they say regarding Hudson Bay and Susquehanna, because it's not a pretty picture. But anyways, it is what it is. Let's try to stay positive and hope that they bought it to cover their shorts and now they're going to go long. We shall see. But now we do have more. Again, reminder, let's stay positive here. We do have more longs than we do shorts. 49 total institutions, and 44 of those are long guys. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind too. And I'm going to remind you, a lot of them bought before this reverse split at much higher prices, like somewhere around $2.49 or $2.50, if my memory is serving me correctly. And do you think that they want to take a massive L in the stock, guys? Because right now it's trading way, way under what they paid for it, right? So how long is this going to go on for? Hopefully not for too long. Anyways, real quick, let's just see what we have showing in Fintel today. I don't think much has changed, to be perfectly honest with you. Interest, 58.08% off exchange, 100,000 shares available to short, so they still have the power and the MO to do it if they want to. Short interest is between cost to borrow is between 22.98 and 23.30%. And today, guys, was the highest day we've had in 2 weeks of the off volume, short volume ratio. So you know how we got those moves to the upside? They worked very hard to bring them down, okay? Because 58.08% was our short volume ratio today. And as you can see here, it's been anywhere between 47.71 and the highest today of that 58.08. So once again, pretty ugly. Let me just pause this for 1 minute and look, because I didn't look at what the dark pool is, but I'm curious and would like to share that with you. So hang on. I'm going to read it to you, though. I'm not going to pull it up on my screen. I'm tired. All right, guys, the dark pool trades today, no surprise, accounted for 76% of the entire trades. And the sweep orders were 9%. Remember, sweep orders are generally hedge funds or somebody trying to seek aggressively a position in one direction or another, and 10% of the trades today were block trades. Anyways, I will share this tweet out on Twitter so we can have it on record, since I'm too lazy to send it and put it up on the screen. But guys, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful night. If you could just smash that like button.